Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Helen if you are new here, but I know that a lot of people on this channel actually you've come over from my other channel, so you already know who I am anyway. I decided to do a new chat channel, a life update, just a kind of explanation as to where I've been and stuff really. I was kind of thinking of different things that I wanted to talk to you about. I've had so much going on in quite a short space of time, and there's just been so much. I think this is all going to come out in a jumble, and I really don't want it to come out in a jumble, but then I'm not going to sit here and take notes and explain things out in like a checklist, when this is all, you know, like I said, life stuff, and there's just so much. So anyway, let's get into this video and try and make some sort of sense and make it come out making sense. Right, so anyway, I haven't been on my regular channel for a couple of weeks now. I haven't uploaded anything, and predominantly it was because I was ill. So I had some kind of virus. Sorry if I'm looking down, it's because my dog's here, so I think you can see her. She's here having cuddles. So I got ill, and it was a virus, but it absolutely floored me. It knocked me for six. So it started off affecting my asthma, and I think one of my last videos, you could hear it in my voice. I'd really been struggling and I couldn't really talk properly. So then I didn't do any of my usual videos because the next one was a voiceover, and I couldn't talk for long enough without coughing to have done it, and it would have just been really annoying. So I didn't do it. And then the next video would have been a grocery haul, and I didn't feel well enough to do it. So I'd ended up in urgent care with my breathing and everything because of this asthma attack. I'd had 2 asthma attacks in one night, and I never have 2 in the same day. In fact, I very, very rarely have asthma attacks now. So that was like really hard, and I was very, very ill. I was coughing a lot. I think about 10 days straight it was just choking coughing, constant coughing, not being able to get up and move without coughing. I really couldn't really do anything in the house because everything was making me cough. So then obviously if you're not tidying up properly, you're not cooking properly, you know, you're not eating properly, you're not looking after yourself, then obviously you end up with a lot of things to tidy up afterwards and get back on top of. I think obviously getting a virus, it happens, obviously. But I think part of it was stress and where I'd been really busy again. So I'll get back kind of into that in a minute. I'm just going to see if I can turn this light off because it is blinding me. Hold on a minute. Right, that might be a little bit darker for you, but I'm really sorry, but it's going to give me a migraine. So I've never actually used this light before. It's a light that clips on the phone. Unfortunately, things like that seem to give me instant migraines. I thought I'd try it to make the quality of the video better, but that's just gonna... Oh, I'm still being blinded by the lights. Anyway, okay. So I've had a lot going on lately, and like I said, I think the stress of that has probably just brought my immune system down a little bit. It's made me catch everything going basically. But we need to move house, so we've been given our notice by our landlord, our 2 months notice. Unfortunately, our landlord is a bit of a rogue landlord, and he wants us out because he doesn't want to fix anything that's broken. That is the short version of the very long story. He won't fix anything. The house is in massive disrepair, to the point it's dangerous, and I can't make him do it. So he put our rent up by so much money, it's impossible to pay it. So therefore we have to leave. The other short part of the long story is we haven't found anywhere to live yet. So we don't know where we're going to be going. So that obviously in itself is stressful. Obviously with a dog as well, it's even more stressful because trying to find somewhere to live that will take a dog is really, really hard. So that is obviously quite a worry. So we're in my shopping hauls. Sorry, I'm still ill. Oh, in my shopping hauls, I think the last 2 or 3 ones I did, I was saying to you, I had no space on my table. I had to put everything on the side to do my shopping hauls. So that was because I was emptying all the cupboards in the kitchen and I was packing. And I didn't really want to go into it on on my regular channel. Excuse me. Like when I'm just talking about shopping and food and stuff, I didn't really want to go into it too much. And obviously, you know, it is personal, and I don't mind sharing some things, but obviously there's some things I don't really want to share because this is, you know, our lives, my children's lives, and I think that's more what it is. I'm happy to share things that mostly affect me, but I like to keep my kids out of this media life, if you see what I mean. When they're older and they choose to be in it themselves, that is different. But my youngest is 14, and obviously I talk about her, but I don't give out details about her, if you see what I mean. And if I talk about medical stuff, it's, you don't know who she is, you don't know what she looks like, you don't know anything about her. So, you know, I've shared some things that are relevant to my hauls, but again, trying to keep things private for the kids. So I won't be going into massive amounts of details about the moving and the ins and outs. You know, what I've said is what's happening, and I'll probably leave it at that, to be honest. And obviously when we do find somewhere to live, I hope that we can carry on doing videos and stuff like that, but there just might be a bit of a pause between the moving and filming, because obviously those of you who don't know, I do have disabilities. I have massive amounts of health conditions. My children also have disabilities and health conditions, so it is exhausting. We can't do your everyday things that normal healthy people can do. Like, those are things we struggle with. So if you're thinking about packing up and moving house and stuff, that is going to be so physically and emotionally hard on us. It's going to be very, very difficult. So I may not be able to film much or straight away. It's going to depend on how I feel, because obviously even this illness has knocked me for 6 and I wasn't able to film because I was so ill. You know, and that's part of my condition. You know, my immune system is quite low and I do just get sick a lot and I catch things, and it then creates a massive amount of fatigue, so then I can't do other things. It is a big vicious cycle, unfortunately. You know, and I know that so many of you understand that. A lot of you suffer with similar conditions or similar symptoms yourself, so you understand that. I've also had some lovely messages from some of you, you know, some of my followers who I consider to be my friends now. You know, so thank you so much for asking how we are, if we're okay. You know, the chats we've had, it's really cheered me up, so thank you so much. You know who you are. I'm so grateful for the friends that I've made on my channel, and like, because I never would have met you otherwise. That's the nice side of social media, is it can bring people together. Obviously the bad side is it can tear people apart and it can make people nasty, but I'm very lucky that I have some lovely, lovely people who I get to talk to on my channel, which is one of the reasons why I do it, because that's what I enjoy. So I don't want to stop doing it, but I just wanted you guys to know there are reasons why I haven't been able to do it, and this might go on for a little while. You know, we've got 3 weeks left here till we're supposed to be out, which obviously isn't very long. So I'm not quite sure at which point we will actually move, or like I said, where we will be moving to, because it is very, very hard to secure private renting, particularly where I live. The cost of it is crazy. I've tried to move up north where it's cheaper, still couldn't secure a property, and it's just really hard. There is so much so many people looking for each property, and then obviously when you've got dogs, people don't want to know. It's very, very difficult, but anyway, we will sort something will come up. So there is that. The other things that I wanted to kind of broach and explain are more sort of like mental health warnings. So this is like a trigger warning for anybody who suffers from mental health issues or experience loss and grief and things like that. If you don't want to watch, I completely understand. Feel free to turn off. I don't want to upset anybody. I personally have been triggered recently, and that's one of the problems. So I don't want to trigger anybody else. But for those of you who don't know, I lost my dad in October 2022. And I did take it very badly. And I thought that now I was doing okay, you know, as well as I could be. Obviously, I'd go through times where it felt harder. But I felt like I was doing okay. And in the last month or so, I've literally had, I don't know, it's 5 or 6 friends have lost their mum or dad. And it's all over Facebook. Obviously, everyone's talking about it. And I feel so sad for them. But it has triggered me massively. I feel like it's just brought all those feelings flooding back. It's brought that upset back. It's brought memories back. And because I'm also packing my house, I'm going through photographs. I'm going through sentimental items and memory boxes. I'm trying to collate memory boxes at the moment, actually. And I bought these really cool photo holders. So it's like a big plastic box, and within that box is multiple smaller plastic boxes with clips on. So you put a bunch of photos in each one and slide them in, and it holds them all. Because at the moment, all my photographs are either in albums or they're in boxes, and they're just in their sleeves, and they were never sorted out. So like, I know when my kids were younger, I did an album for every single one of them, like birth to 5 years, and then I've got various other albums, and then I've just got a ton of photographs that never kind of got sorted out. So I'm trying to sort through those, which has been very triggering. It's also been lovely, like seeing pictures of my kids when they were younger has been amazing. Seeing pictures of my dad and my nan, who I lost, I think it was 10 years ago, just come up for 10 years. I was very, very close to my nan. She was like another mum to me. So that was very, very hard to deal with as well. And then we lost our dog in November of last year, one of our dogs. And I'm still dealing with that grief. And then there's pictures of him everywhere, and seeing all the pictures has been very, very triggering. But I need to sort them out, and I need to have them boxed and ready to go. Because those are probably my most treasured memories, are photographs, and then like ornaments and things that I bought for my kids or were bought for me by my kids, or, you know, other family members that are really important to me. Those are our special things. Those are the things that mean everything to me personally. So if they were to get lost or broken, I'd be very, very upset. So anyway, amongst packing up, which has been physically exhausting and painful, very, very painful. I have had help. I'm not going to pretend I've done it all on my own, because A, I can't, it's impossible, and B, I am lucky enough to have some family and friends that have been offering help. However, I don't have help all the time, so it has still been very, very hard. So anyway, physically exhausted, mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted. But yeah, these triggers have been kind of hard to deal with, to be honest. I'm seeing death everywhere. And I feel for my friends. I do. I'm feeling for them. But like I said, it's also triggering me as well. And making me think, well, actually, am I dealing with the grief as well as I thought I was? or have I just kind of blocked it out somehow? I'm not sure. So that has been hard to deal with. And then I have a very, very close friend of mine who I love very much, and he has just been told he's got cancer again. And he'd only been cleared of cancer a few months ago, and he only had a 25% chance of surviving that cancer. So to then so soon be told that the cancer is back and he needs another operation, and it's just all obviously very upsetting. Again, it's very triggering. I know so many people have to deal with cancer, and it's so hard when they're your friends or your loved ones. So that's been really quite upsetting as well. And I think these are the things that just, they bring my body down, my immune system down, and then that's when I start getting sick. And I don't want to be moaning on my channel, you know, I'm sorry, I'm ill again. And, you know, oh, I'm ill again, because I feel like there's always something wrong with me, because with my health conditions, there is always something wrong. There is, and I learn to live with that. But then obviously there's sometimes that I do catch something that actually knocks me out, stops me doing things, makes me really ill for a little while. So that is then harder to deal with. And this time, instead of moaning all over YouTube about it, I wanted to just tuck into myself. I wanted to keep myself to myself. I couldn't talk properly anyway. And I just felt like, you know, maybe that was the time to have a little break, have a pause from it, try and sort my life out a little bit, try and sort my emotions out. It's just so much. You know, there's other things that are not important on the grand scale of death and cancer and having nowhere to live. You know, there's the other side of things, like, you know, I'm still having to do everything we need to do, that everyone needs to do. My lease is up on my car soon, you know, so I have to look for a new car and I have to do all that. And I think, you know, it isn't a big problem. It's just I don't have time and energy for it right now. But that needs to be done, and we've got to pack. We're going on holiday, which is a wonderful thing. But then I'm stressing about packing my car and the drive and things, you know, because I'm so tired. But I'm really looking forward to obviously going away, and thought that'd be a really nice way to de-stress a little bit. So that's like a really lovely positive thing that we are all really looking forward to. But yeah, there's just lots of things. I've been dealing with school applications and interviews and things like that. So like I said, there's just been one thing after the other. You know, there's other stresses within other family members, which obviously I will not talk about, but, you know, there's stresses here and there from that. There's this stress, that stress, this stress, that stress. Do you know what I mean? It's like all just built up. You know, worrying about, am I going to have to put stuff in storage, looking at storage costs, and I'm getting quotes for like £500-600 a month just to put my stuff in storage. But do I need to put it in storage or not? Because we don't know. Moving costs. I'm looking at moving costs, and I'm being quoted £2,500 to move our belongings, which I think is a lot of money. Obviously these people need to be paid for what they do. I understand that. But we may have to move into a temporary accommodation before we find something. So we might have to move 2 or 3 times. So obviously that's not feasible either. But as a disabled person, I can't just pack my house into a van by myself with a friend or two and move, because that's also impossible. So it's just stresses. You know, I have an autistic child. They don't like change. They like their things around them. So when am I going to pack their things? Because that's going to cause stress to them, which then causes stress to me. Yeah, it's kind of like trying to fit it all in, and I can't prepare said autistic child because I don't know what's happening, or when. So trying to prepare somebody who needs to be prepared is very, very difficult. So yeah, basically I think that's just about everything that's been going on. Yeah, I just feel like I just need to like take a deep breath, breathe. I feel like we've done quite well with the packing so far. We've got a lot packed. Luckily, when people have been here to help, we've got a lot done. But I'm also trying to sell loads of stuff. Like, I need to get rid of as much as possible. But then also don't want to get rid of things that we're actually going to need. And because I thought we were staying last year and the landlord was going to do the work, because he said he would, I'd bought new furniture and I'd redecorated a little bit. So I feel like I've wasted money on redecorating. But it needed to be done, and it did make me happier, because it really was quite dingy and horrible in here. So I feel better for having decorated, but I just feel like it was a waste of energy and money. And I bought new furniture, which now I'm going to have to pay potentially to store, because there's no point selling it, because I wouldn't get a lot of money for it, and then I'll just have to buy it again when we move. So that's just silly. But yeah, like packing things away and not having access to everything is also kind of tricky as well. Like, I don't have much in my kitchen cupboards, and drawers and stuff, and like up in my room I've packed away just about everything that I think I won't need for the time being. But then I keep going, oh, I really want this, and I remember I've packed it. So like, I haven't packed up my front room yet, because there's not a lot in here, and what there is we do use, or like they're my ornaments. So I don't want to take all the ornaments and pretty things out, because they're the things I look at that make me happy. So it's like, when do I take them out? Like, when do I put those things away? I don't want to leave everything till the last minute. Then I don't want to be left without nice things. God, I'm very tired. And the good news is I'm sleeping better than I have in a long time, which is nice. Bad news is, as I'm so busy, I'm exhausted anyway. It's just, like I said, it's just a catch-22. It's a big vicious circle, and there's not really a lot I can really do. I can't fix it. I just have to go with the flow, and just see what happens, and obviously just keep trying to find somewhere. Yeah, that's about it really. So anyway, I'm probably going to wrap this up here, or else it's going to be a very long-winded moaning video. And I do hate the moaning, and I do apologise for that, but sometimes that's just how it comes across when you just have so much going on and you need to kind of let it out. So I'm taking this as a way for me to let out my stress, and like I said, just to give you guys a bit of an update of where I am, where I've been. So hopefully things will kind of carry on as normal. Unfortunately, I'm still using my kitchen table for just putting everything on. It's one of the only big flat surfaces I have. So everything seems to be going on there to sell, to get rid of, to donate, to sort through. It's the easiest place for me to deal with it. So I don't know whether it'll be clean and tidy for my food hauls, whether it's all going to end up back on the side again. I don't know. I can't really promise anything. All I know is I'm going to do my best to try and upload my videos, and get back into filming them again. We have had a couple of grocery hauls that haven't been filmed. They've just had to be come in and just put straight away, because I just wasn't up to doing it. But I hope to get back into filming them again, and I want to get back onto my meals of the week now that I'm feeling a bit better and we can start eating again properly. So yeah, hopefully we'll go back to normal a little bit, but things will be up in the air and things will be changing, and backgrounds are probably going to be changing at some point and all of that sort of stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know, just wanted to update you, and actually I've missed you all so much. It kind of sounds silly, but you know, I do miss you when I'm not talking to you all in the comments and everything. So I appreciate you sticking by me. I appreciate you being on my channel and supporting. So thank you very, very much. And I will see you soon. Bye.